Hello again, guys. Welcome back to Football Manager 2014 and Carlisle United. Back on FM Galaxy channel, of course. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out Jake's new video uh, with Torpedo Moscow, and Nick's also done a video with Zagwembe Lubin. I'm pretty sure that was after my last one, so go check out both those videos if you have not already. So obviously, I think what would actually be a good idea is if let me just change this background. It's too transparent. If that even makes any sense. What I think is a good idea is to actually go and just go through my tactics, because I know I didn't really go into much detail. I just said that there was 3 versions of the same tactic. Well, here are the tactics. That one there is my favourite, the one with the 2 poachers. This tactic, obviously, it's 4-2-2-2. It provides great flowing football, good passing football along the floor, but it's not too slow. The attack does go forward reasonably quickly. It's not too direct. The balls aren't long. We do make our way forward. It works to treat him out of the saves, but of course Carlisle's squad is a little bit of low quality than some of the teams that have used in my other saves. But I'll just go through the tactic. Obviously, we have a sweeper keeper here. By the way, I just want to say, this is not necessarily what I would do in real life. I would probably play more like a 4-1-2-1-2, because I find that provides good fluidity, like sort of a diamond sort of thing. But if I tried to implement everything that I would in real life, it would not work, because Football Manager, it doesn't necessarily go the way you want it to when it comes to tactics, and I'm dreadful with tactics and generally. So I can't quite remember who exactly made these tactics, but I can tell you all 3 of these are based off of the Magic Rectangle tactics on FM base. So if you search those up, that's the tactic that these 3 are based off. So I'll just go through all the things here. Sweeper keeper, of course, because I believe personally that the keeper should be quite fast off his line to sweep up any balls, because we are playing quite high defensive line. I don't think the keeper should be obviously like Hugo Lloris style, because I think that's a bit over the top, but the keeper should be quite quick coming out to make sure that he could deal with any impending danger. We have 2 complete wing backs, just to provide good balance between attack and defence. Again, as I said, I have used this tactic on other saves, and my fullbacks have popped up with plenty of assists and goals. In fact, my left back in one of my other saves was actually constantly probably the best player on the team. So, of course, it purely depends on the attributes of the player, that they may or may not be suited to that position. But yeah, that personally is what I would use for fullbacks, obviously, in this tactic. Centre-backs, ball-playing defenders, because obviously I don't want my centre-backs hoofing the ball. Is like hoofing and lumping. Hoofing the ball up the field towards the attacking midfielders or strikers. Obviously, we do want the ball played out from the back and towards the defensive midfielders, who will then take it forward themselves. So ball-playing defenders, obviously you need to have decent passes of the ball, just to make sure that they can operate effectively there. 2 defensive midfielders there, obviously, just standard defensive mids, really, as it says on there, to protect the defensive line. And the defensive midfielders in this formation do support the attacking midfielders a lot. I have experienced that. Obviously, 2 advanced playmakers there. The ones on my other saves get a lot of assists, providing they have decent passing and creative attributes. Obviously, all 4 of these are attacking, have attacking duties, so they usually are quite well forward. But this group of players here does tend to deal with them quite well. And then 2 poachers, who are the main goal getters of the team. But on these other 2, one of them changes one of them to an advanced forward, so you have an advanced forward and a poacher. The other one changes to advanced forward. So we have we have a few different lineups up front, but this is my preferred one personally. Also, the team instructions here: retain possession. I do obviously know that I did sort of say that it wasn't too slow, but retaining possession doesn't necessarily mean that it will be slow. Obviously, we do keep possession quite well. It's not necessarily tiki-taka, it's just quick flowing football, flowing passing football. Something which Carlisle doesn't do in real life, so it'll be interesting to see if it actually works with this. Shorter passing, obviously, to keep the ball along the floor and to prevent them from lumping the ball up. Work ball into box. Obviously, I find that working the ball into the box and creating opportunities works a lot better than shooting from distance. All the players in this game do tend to shoot from distance anyway, regardless of what the instructions are, so we'll have to see how that goes in this. Play out defence. Obviously, as I said, I want them to play the balls towards the defensive midfielders and the fullbacks, not just playing direct balls in hope of reaching our 4 attackers. Drill crosses, because I find the calls just the hardest to defend. You know, like I remember I said David Symington's crosses, they're almost like shots. They are really hard to deal with, and I find floating crosses, it makes it easier for the defenders to deal with them. I think drilling crosses is obviously better for, in my opinion, better for shorter strikers, because they have a better chance of getting onto them. Obviously, floating crosses like the far post when they're unmarked is in real life would almost be a surefire goal, but that I just prefer drilling them myself. Play wider. Width is very key in this tactic. Obviously, as I said, the fullbacks do love to get forward as they do have attacking duties. As I said, they also provide a lot of assists and they support the moves very well. Use tighter marking. This one, obviously, I do like my centre backs getting as close to attack as possible, and obviously just defending in general. Players getting close to the man that they are marking. Personally, obviously, I'm not a footballer. I'm not a professional footballer myself, but I do play 6-a-side, and I do know that obviously it's very different. It's very different 6-a-side and 11-a-side. But in 6-a-side, I often play in defence, and when I tightly mark and obviously close down players rather than standing off them, it usually works a lot better for me. So that's what I do. I know obviously it depends on what kind of defenders you have. That's a bit of a stupid reason for why you would put in a tactic on Football Manager, but that's just me. Use the offside trap. It works quite well. Sometimes it can prove a bit of a problem, because I have seen a few strikers go clean one-on-one, but it doesn't happen very often, so the offside trap usually does work quite well, because obviously we are playing quite a high defensive line. Obviously push higher up as well, which obviously the high defensive line I prefer to put more pressure on the opposition really, and I think high defensive line makes it easier to play good football, I find. And much lower tempo. I know, obviously I did say it was quick. I still do find it quick, right? I do find it quick, but it's lower tempo. I find this works, right? From what I see on the match engine, it is quite quick going forwards, the passing. We don't just pass it about the back, it goes forward, but it is on low tempo. Be more disciplined as well. I don't want players necessarily diving into challenges. Obviously, I do want them to be closed down, the players, but I don't want them to be jumping in and screwing the whole thing up, if you know what I mean. So that is the tactic, or tactics, I guess. That is the base for the other two anyway. So I guess we can make a bit of progress here, because obviously Shrewsbury were actually the team who bid for Kelly, and Swindon were the team who tried to take my coach, not Shrewsbury, like I said at first. That Chris Blake in real life has actually joined Sunderland, which is interesting. So I guess I'm kind of annoyed about that, because I mean, if he's being poached by Sunderland, he must have had something good about him. So yeah, let's try and get something on the board again, as if this is going to work. Youth facilities. Oh my God, we're actually going to expand the youth facilities. 350 grand. Good Lord. This will probably send the club into administration, and will probably end up breaking financial fair play rules somewhere along the line. But it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. We don't care about that. Callum actually set to sign for Kilmarnock. That's great. Weren't really going to use him that much anyway, to be honest with you. I did actually consider keeping Symington because he is an attacking midfielder, and that's he's an attacking midfielder in this game, and that's a position which obviously we have two players in, so we do need a decent bit of cover. But I think we'll be fine. Obviously, I think Symington probably deserves as much first team football as possible. I hope he gets it at Hibernian. I'm pretty sure he will. Yeah, he should do. Jack Lynch obviously on at Cambridge. Didn't play well. That's just absolutely typical. We won 3-1. Goals from Liam Noble. Wait, what? He scored a goal. He scored a goal and then left for Kilmarnock. Good grief. And Chania Kangamene scored the third goal. I don't want just unused first team players available, I guess. Although I think that might actually result in the entire first team squad actually ending up playing for the under 21s, but whatever. CSK Moscow have signed Brian Oviedo. Fucking hell. I didn't realise that was Kendall's badge. I thought it was something black and white. I guess I must be thinking of someone else. Connor Townsend. Oh dear. I'm not going to terminate his loan. He's only out for 9 to 12 days. Do we have any links? Because I find these transfer rumours actually work quite well for me. They do pop up with some decent players. MK Dons have signed someone called Brown. I doubt it's Wes Brown. Could be Reese Brown, maybe. I'm not sure. West Ham have accepted the loan offer for Danny Potts, which is... Oh, for fuck's sake, Shrewsbury signed Julian Kelly. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I was informed that he plays for Spalding in real life, or someone else at that level, so he's clearly fucking dreadful, so... Never wanted him anyway, to be fair, so fuck him. Don't care. Oh dear. Darius Vassell. Holy... You know, this is sort of tempting to sign Darius Vassell. Because we don't have a massive amount up front and we're going to be playing with two strikers. I might actually go for this guy. This is going to be interesting. I think I will probably do this. I'll only give him until next year. Let's see if we can trim the wage down a bit. No, he's being a bit of a dick. Okay, 1.8k, that is not bad. He will get an extension if he plays 15 games, which he probably will, actually. So, yeah, I mean, that's... I would say we do need another striker, and I don't think he would be a terrible option, despite the fact that he is getting a bit old. So hopefully that works out quite well for us. These friendlies are just so high profile, aren't they? You know, Kendall and Annan, and we're probably playing Working and Barrow and teams like that later on in the pre-season, so that'll be great. I don't know exactly who we're going to be playing in the first game of the season. I could be Leyton Orient, since that's what happened in real life. I'm sure it tries to use real fixtures as well, so... AS Monaco signed Danny Rose. What the oh, Dan Lives is out for a month. Oh dear. Any decent players in these trialist sides? Mark Randall. Interesting. 19-year-old kid. He's got good potential, you know, but I don't think there's actually that much point in signing him. Attacking midfielder. How good is he there? Oh dear. We actually could do with some attacking midfielders now that I look at it, but I'm not sure if he's good enough, really. Striker. Nicholas fucking Bignell. Oh my god. Brian Fenwick. Esteban Lopez. Wow. Menku. Mullins. I might actually sign this guy, you know. Oh dear. It just shows how bad Carlisle's squad is when 4-star is just actually leading League One player. Should I? I think we probably should. To be honest, this this is just gonna go absolutely horrifically, isn't it? Okay, so we'll sign Randall, probably. And I think what would actually be a good idea is if we go to the likes of Liam Noble and start training them to play in attacking midfield roles, because, you know, actually Barrett, is he better as a defensive midfielder or an attacking midfielder? About the same. Let's train Barrett as a defensive midfielder. Thurwell, I know he can play defensive midfields. Put him as training for defensive midfielder. Chandler, he's injured for ages. Brad Potts, definitely train him to be a defensive midfielder. Actually, since Potts is going to be trained to be a defensive midfielder, I will actually put this guy, De Barrett, as an attacking midfielder. Right, so we can carry on now. Great. Not really anyone great in that trial list. And Carlisle are going to sign Darius Vassell. Holy shit. Incredible. Yeah, please welcome Darius Vassell. Danny Potts has also signed on loan. That'll provide some nice steel at the left back position. Again, he should do quite well because the fullbacks do tend to do quite well in this formation, I find. But again, won't necessarily work out in that way because the squad is nowhere near as good as my other squads that I have used in the past with this tactic. So again, it's just a case of seeing how it goes. But I can assure you that this tactic is tried and tested. I'm pleased to be something. I think it'll be a lift. Yes. Yes. Not revealing anything. Yes. Yes. Don't want to talk about transfer policy. Whew, there we go then. And here's the game against Kendall. Knowing Carlisle will probably fucking lose this. Actually, what is our actual game in the league? The first. Oh, it is Leyton Orient. Oh, it's actually what it is in real life. Of course it is. Of course it would be. We should beat Kendall. If we don't, I'm going to be severely disappointed. So I'll probably be severely disappointed. What's that? Oh, 2-0. Lee Miller and Kyle Dempsey. Excellent. Randall is going to sign for us. There we are. Signed Mark Randall. This guy's probably not going to last that long, I don't think, but we do need a bit more cover in the attacking midfield position, I think. I know I'm making some odd decisions when it comes to signings, but that's just how it works. I think I'll just stick with the current dimensions. That looks good to me. Let's carry on again. Obviously, the World Cup is being close. It's coming close to starting in real life. It's currently 20:26 as time, which is obviously 8:26 p.m. So in about 35 minutes, I should say, the World Cup will kick off with Brazil and Croatia. I know it's a bit off topic when it comes to FM, but personally I think Brazil are a slightly overrated team. Honestly, I don't think they're actually as good as people say they are. So I'm interested to see how they do. I don't think Croatia will be that easy of a game for them, because I would say, honestly, Croatia's midfield and up front is probably better than Brazil's. In my opinion, it's similar, possibly better, apart from maybe Neymar, who always pulls out the stops for Brazil. But defensively, I think Brazil are probably better. But I don't think there's actually that much difference. I think Brazil are a hugely overrated side. I think people are getting a bit carried away. I could be proven wrong. I think Brazil and Croatia will make it at the group stage, but that's just my opinion. I don't actually think Brazil will make it that far in the tournament. Again, I could be proved wrong. I could be talking absolute tripe, but That's just my opinion. I think England, by the way, will probably make it to the quarterfinals, and will probably get knocked out. Personally, I would say, because I'm quietly optimistic about this England team. I think it's actually better than what we have had in recent years with the young talent coming through. I think there's more players who have the potential to be match winners, I would say, but I'm still not that confident, so I would say probably quarterfinals will go out. I think us and Italy will make it through the group stage. Shelton Martins plays for no one, actually. He's just from... is it Curacao? Is that how it's pronounced? Or Curacao? He is tempting to sign. I'm not sure if there's actually that much point, to be fair, though. I don't think I'm willing to fork out that much in wages, really. When we already have Edwards and Chimbond are perfectly capable of actually playing in that position anyway, so to back up to Mepa, or Hanlon, of course. But I think that'll be just about it for now, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please make sure to check out the likes of Nick and Jake's videos on this channel as well if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you for the next episode of this, guys.